What's up, CFC? It is Monday afternoon, and we are about 4 days out before we have our big adventure to Miami. As I always do, I want to give you guys an update in terms of what to expect and what to anticipate on this ride. We have some new riders that have never ridden with us on the 2 day ride to Miami, and we have some people that have ridden with us before. It promises to be a very exciting and monumental trip that is one that we will probably never forget. It will take a lot of teamwork. It will pull every bit of strength out of you that you have, but you will have the ability to be able to say you accomplished something that most people will just not even dream of. So the weather looks to be pretty good on Friday. We probably will have a tailwind pushing us out to the coast, out to this area here. And then it looks like we may have a crosswind coming from the west for a good bit of while. So much rather have a crosswind than have a headwind. We'll just have to manage our strength to be able to push through it. In terms of speed or anticipation, I would expect that this is a ride that we will not be able to meet the same levels that we did last year. That is not the goal. Last year we had a tailwind. This year we do not have a tailwind. So there is no desire for me or anyone on the team to try to break last year's record. The goal is to do 1921. If we have to drop the speed down to 1820, then that's fine. If we're doing 18, that's perfectly fine. If we have to do 17, that's fine. What's most important for me for this ride is to make sure that we all finish together and that we finish. There are various degrees of strength among the team members here, and everyone's fitness is at a little bit of a different level. And I want to make sure that everyone that's on this ride, that has chosen to ride on this ride, finishes because they want to. And we will not do anything to drop anybody. We will take it at a nice, easily manageable pace in such a way that we can finish together. That's the most important thing to me. In terms of sags, on the front part of the ride, the sags are a little bit more spaced out. We have about 27. Mile 27 is our first stag. Our second stag is at, I think, about 54. And the last, third sag is about mile 81. This is where we'll have lunch. This first part of the ride is pretty flat, or actually, kind of a downhill. You can see here from the topography that it's going to be going downhill. And for most of us, we've ridden this route before. This is the route that we take to go out to the Cape. The only thing different is we'll go up through 436, make our way through UCF, and then go back out through kind of Fort Christmas and so forth. We are not taking that little cutoff road or trail that we did before. That's in this area of Titusville. You'll notice that from this map here, the cutoff section that we normally go through in terms of the trail, I'm just going to bypass that. It'll be pretty dark. I don't really want anybody having issues. So we're just going to come straight through this line here, past the fire station, and then make our way out to Cape Canaveral. So the Cape is out right here. Blue Origin, which does the rockets, and I have our sag here at mile 54. So those will be the first two sags. And again, rides at areas or roads that we've ridden on before. If you haven't ridden with us before, this is a 10-mile stretch right out here from the first sag all the way out past the 95. It's about 10 miles of just State Road 50, but again, that early in the morning, traffic should be pretty light. We'll have the lights on, so we shouldn't have any problem. But once we make that turn here, we'll start to be on A1A and just travel the coast. So we'll have that sag, third sag, which will be right around here, which will be our lunch. That'll be mile marker 81. This is a really nice stretch of road here. I think it's County Road 3, if I'm not mistaken, or State Road 3. It's away from A1A where all the traffic is. Very, very scenic. You got pretty much coast on both sides of us. Not the Atlantic. This is the intercoastal here. but a really, really nice area that we can just relax, and traffic should be pretty light. As we make our way through after lunch, we'll go about 10 miles on the other side of the Atlantic, and then we'll just start being on the Atlantic around about mile marker 90. Again, this area is still pretty flat here. No elevation really to be concerned with. Only around 825 feet of climbing the entire day. Mile marker 100 will be our fourth sag. This will be a bait station, a tackle shop. So we've stopped there before. It's pretty smelly because it's a bait tackle shop, but nevertheless, just be forewarned. Fifth sag will be mile marker 120, which will be in Vero Beach. This is where you probably will maybe start to feel a little bit of fatigue, but we still got more work to do. We still have another 32 more miles to go once we get to that 7-Eleven. And probably the most challenging parts of the day are left ahead of us. So we'll go through Vero Beach, make our way down to Fort Pierce. This is where I grew up. I grew up in this area right around here. We'll be probably about 5 blocks away from where I grew up. But we'll cross a bridge here to get onto US 1. We'll be on US 1 for a brief period of time, and then we'll go over another bridge to get back over to the island. There's 2 different Hutchinson Islands. There's North Hutchinson Island and there's South Hutchinson Island. So we're actually going to be staying in South Hutchinson Island. But this area where the Navy SEAL Museum is, the state park, that's North Hutchinson Island. So we're not staying there. But this is a pretty tough climb. It's a pretty long grade. It's not super steep, but it's long enough to annoy you. I think let's see what it is here. So I can't really see from this map here about the grade, but it's a little bit of a grade. Just be aware of that. So once we cross the bridge, we'll have a sag stop here just to kind of recover and make our way in. So this will be right around mile marker 135 or 136 or so, and then we'll have our final stretch to the hotel. But day 1 promises to be, a pretty fun and exciting day. I'm looking forward to it. Shouldn't be too challenging. Like I said, the toughest parts are towards the end. The goal is, again, to ride together, to ride at a speed that we're all comfortable with. If you're strong, be in the front, pull for as long as you want. If you're weak, or if you're not as strong as some of the other riders, pull for it as long as you probably can. And you have support. That's what a team is about. And we're going to set a nice, even, easy pace to start off with. In terms of preparation for the morning, we will leave at 4:45 is the goal. And I would suspect that we would probably do a nice, easy warm-up at roughly no more than 18 miles an hour until we get to probably UCF. So mile marker 10 is where we can start to maybe pick up the pace a little bit. But again, we still want to cap it at 21. So for the first 10 miles, nice and easy, nothing more than 18 miles an hour. Let's get our legs, kind of just active. Want to make sure that we have enough strength to be able to push through the entire ride. Once we go through UCF and get back out to this area here by Fort Christmas, it'll be plenty enough time to kind of settle in and just make sure we're in good shape. But outside of that, that is the route that we have. I'll do a day 2 route video later on this week, and I'll post that. But meet up at the location that we always do, which is by the Publix. Time frame that we want to be there is briefing at 4:30 and roll out at 4:45. Bring your bags with you. You can give those to Boyd in case you need changing clothes, anything along those lines. Aaron made a great suggestion around changing socks or anything along those lines that you may need. I'm a guy that changes my jersey maybe halfway through just to put a fresh jersey on, just to take off some of the sweat. But bring whatever you need. and bring it so you can give it to Board or Kent or Will that will be running SAG for us. Planning your nutrition, it's probably going to be hot, so I would suggest that you bring 3 bottles with you. Throw an extra bottle in your jersey, so 2 on your bike and 1 in your jersey. The SAGs, again, are 27, 54, 81, 100, 120, 135, and finish. So the first 3 stretches are going to probably be longer than we normally would do. But you want to make sure you don't have any dehydration issues. And by the time you get to this first SAG, you probably should be finished with 2.5 bottles. And by the time you get to that next SAG, 2.5 to 3 bottles. So just stay on top of nutrition, stay on top of your water, because that's going to help you out. Make sure you don't have any cramping, because weather's and it's warming up and it's starting to increase. You'll have issues with fatigue and cramping if you don't stay on top of your hydration. Charge your lights. I'm going to bring some extra tubes with me. Bring tires in case we need it. Outside of that, I can't think of anything else. But if you think of anything that you need from me, by all means, let me know. But we should be in good shape to ride, and eagerly looking forward to having everybody on the ride with us and having a great time. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message, let me know. But outside of that, we'll see you guys on Friday morning. Peace.